All right, so now that we've done notation, let's go over how to actually solve the inequalities. And we're going to do it the same way that we did the equations. We're going to clear fractions or decimals, clear distribution, combine like terms, add, subtract, divide. And then the kicker is if we multiply or divide by a negative number, we're going to flip or reverse the inequality sign. All right, so let's do a few so we can put this into practice. Oh, we can't see that guy. All right, so here we are. This -7 is a regular number. So this +2 is a addition, so the opposite operation would be subtraction 2. So -7 minus 2. Okay, -7. So you owe me $7. You owe me $2 more. You owe me $9. Okay, then we're going to divide by -3. And when we divide by this -3, we're going to flip it. Flip it real good. Okay. And we get +3. -9 divided by -3 is a +3. All right. This is our answer. I want us to do a couple of things. I want us to graph it. So we get 3, and it's telling us to shade everything to the right. And it says equal to, so we have a bracket, so it looks like this. Then we need interval notation, which is what we just learned. So we're going to do bracket 3, just like it says right here. And then it goes anything bigger. So it's infinity, and an infinity is always parentheses. Let's do another one. All right, we're going to solve for x. So I always like my letters on my left. I'm going to subtract this 8x. So 3 minus 8, you have $3 in your pocket, but you owe me $8. So you owe me $5. Then this 4 is negative, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides. 5 plus 4 is 9. Okay, now this 5 is being multiplied, this -5, so I'm going to divide. And when you divide by a negative, flip it. Flip it real good. So I'm going to flip this negative. That's what I did right here. I'm going to flip it. So I get -9/5. Okay, I want us to graph it. -9/5. All right, and it's telling us to, it points, like pretend there's an arrow and it points everything to the right. There's not an equal sign, so I need a parenthesis, so it looks like that. And then if I need the answer in interval notation, I'm going to do parentheses, because there's one right here, -9/5, comma, infinity. So it means it's -9/5, can equal that, but it's anything bigger than it. Let's do another one. All right, first, let's distribute that -3. So I get -3m plus 21, because -3 times -7 is +21. Then that 15 is normal, so this 21, opposite of a positive of addition 21 is a subtraction 21. Right, so 15 minus 21, you have $15 in your pocket, but you owe me $21. So still owe me $6. Then we're going to divide by this -3. It's kind of weird, all these are division by negative, but that's okay. Right, m, then flip the sign. We get +2. +2. And it says shade this way again. And it's not equal to. And then we're going to have, for our interval notation, we'll have 2 with the parentheses, and then it's anything bigger. And infinity always has parentheses. Let's do another one. Okay, let's distribute this negative. So we get 3 minus 4 minus x greater than less than or equal to 4. Let's combine like terms. So 3 minus 4 is -1 minus x less than or equal to 4. This 4 is a regular number, so I'm going to move this 1, and I do opposite operation. It's a minus 1, so I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So I get negative x less than or equal to 5. Now that x has a negative sign, so I'm going to divide by negative 1. When I divide by negative 1, I'm going to flip the sign. You only flip the sign if you have to multiply or divide by negative 1. It is a fluke. All these problems I picked out as examples have it. 5 divided by negative 1 is a negative 5. Right, when I graph it, negative 5, e is equal to, so he's going to be a bracket, and this guy points to the right. I'm going to shade it this way. Alright, when I write my interval notation, I do a negative 5 with a bracket because he's got a bracket, and he goes bigger. So he's like that. Just do another. Alright, so you don't have to do letters on the left. Let's do, this time not letters on the left. I just want to show you there are different ways to get the correct answer. So if I do minus 18x on both sides, minus 18x, get negative 7 less than or equal to 19x minus 18x. It's just x plus 3. Then I would subtract 3 because he's a plus 3, and I'm going to do opposite operation so that they cancel. Negative 7 minus 3, so you owe me $7, but you owe me $3 more because you owe me $10. Okay, but remember the rule is a letter has to be on the left, so you need to reverse this. The x needs to come over here, and the negative 10 needs to come over here. And when you do that, keep in mind that this little piece right here is at the negative 10. Okay, the little tiny piece, you need to keep that, so the sign is actually going to flip. So that's your answer if you wanted to do it a different way. And we can graph this still. Graph it kind of crooked. Negative 10. It points to the right. He's not equal to, so he's parentheses or an open circle. He's parentheses, so at the negative 10, and then an infinity with parentheses. There we go on that problem. All right, this problem with this fraction, I'm not going to do one that hard in this course. I will in the next course, so just skip it. All right, let's do this one. Okay, I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides because that 6 is positive. Negative 14 minus 6. You owe me $14. You owe me $6 more. So you owe me $20. Okay, this negative 4 is being multiplied, so I need to divide. When you divide by a negative, flip it real good. So we're going to flip the negative sign. Negative 20 divided by negative 4. So 20 divided by 4 is 5, and then 2 negatives. So let's graph it. 5. And this points to the right, so I'm going to shade everything over here to the right, and it's equal to, right here is equal to, so I'm going to do a bracket or a closed circle, and then I need to write interval notation, so I'm going to do bracket 5, comma, and then it goes everything bigger, so it goes to infinity, like that. Let's do this guy. Alright, I'm going to distribute this 3, so I get 5x minus 4 less than or equal to 3x, 3 times x, plus 3 times 3 is 9. Right now, I want to subtract this 3x because I like my letters on my left. 5x minus 3x is 2x. Right, then this is a regular number, so I need to move this 4, but he's negative. So the opposite operation of subtraction is addition. So 9 plus 4 is 13. And the 2 is being multiplied, so I need to divide. So I get 13 over 2. No worries, do not put it as 6.5, just leave it as 13 over 2. 13 over 2, and he points to the left, so he needs to come over here. And then he's equal to, so he needs to have a bracket. He's like that. then it goes negative, so it's negative infinity. Then the biggest number is 13 over 2, then a bracket. Do not write this. Don't do this. No, 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 no. 13 over 2, negative infinity. Don't flip it, okay? The smallest number always goes first, and negative infinity is smaller than negative 2, than 13 over 2. All right, a business can rent a photocopy machine and pay either $80 a week rental plus 2 cents per copy, or $35 a week and 5 cents per copy. Up to what number of photocopies can be made, so the second is better. All right, so they can do $80 a week plus 0.2x, or they can do 35 a week and 0.05x. And we want to see when it will be equivalent or better. So it will be equivalent or better. So therefore it would be cheaper, right? And we solve this. So let's subtract. I started it. I'll just subtract this 35. So I get 45 plus 0.02x plus equal to 0.05x. And then I'm going to do 0.05 minus 0.02. So I get 45. And I'm going to subtract this 0.02 from each side, and I get 0.03. Then I need to divide by this 0.303. Okay, and 45 divided by 0.03. Right, so I get 1500 x. So that means that, okay, and x has to come first, right? So x less than or equal to 1500. So up to what number of copies? 1500 copies is the answer. All right, let's look at another problem that's pretty similar. Joy and Phil are renting a car to go on vacation. They have a choice of $100 a week and 0.20 cents a mile, or $50 a week and 30 cents a mile. What number of miles a week should Flood drive to make the first option equivalent or better? So this needs to be cheaper or better. All right, so that's our linear equality. Let's subtract 50. So I get 50 plus 0.2x, so 0.3x. Then I'm going to subtract 0.2x. I get 50 less than or equal to 0.1x. And I need to divide by 0.1. Not negative, what I was thinking. 50 divided by 0.1 is 500 less than or equal to x. Remember, x should be written first. And goes like that. So 500, and then always don't forget your words. So miles. Okay, and you work this one the same way, but I want to keep these videos really short. So work the same way. All right, so these are inequalities, and then go work on your practice work, and that's it for this unit.